Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Looseie here with Crescent Gaming, and today we're going to be doing Valheim. I'm going to change it up a little bit, switch gears. I know it's on Steam Early Access, and they're only claiming they're about 50% done with the game. And for 50% done, I have to say, boy, we got a lot to talk about. So let's just jump right into it. So one of the first things that you're going to notice when you get into the game is going to be the visuals. Obviously, you have this kind of blocky, pixelated art style, but it comes off and it works really, really well. All the high quality lighting effects and shadows and the voxel destruction and the completely destroyable and remodelable world, all those things, and the particle effects, the spell effects, when something breaks, when a tree hits the ground, when one of those little circling turds shoots fireballs while you're trying to run through the swamp and he's just slowing you down and you're like, please leave me the hell alone. All those effects look absolutely fantastic. The sun shafts are great. The glistening and the bloom, the way that all the lightning bolts come down at night during the nighttime and the real nighttime, the ambient effects, the screen occlusion and the coloring, they're all top notch. It looks absolutely wonderful. Don't let this little pixelated, blocky kind of art style draw you away, because you'll be like, damn, that is the prettiest looking tree I have ever chopped down in 12 by 12 resolution. And you're like, man, it really looks good. The explosions, everything is high quality. The visual effects are just, the textures are the only thing that aren't in what we would deem, standard today. However, I think this art style works absolutely fantastic. It's great, and it's also great on your system. The download is only about 1 gig. Now, as far as the PvE and the grind goes, I mean, it's a survival game, so of course the grind's going to be there, and they really do a great job in making it feel kind of dangerous, and especially the plains, which is kind of the in-game zone right now. Even if you're maxed out in level 4 all padded armor and you have all level 4 black metal weapons, you can still get messed up real quick in the plains. And the thing about it when you die in this game is, yeah, you can go back and get your body, all your stuff's there, no worry about that. But when you died, all the skills like running, jumping, logging, pickaxe, sword, knife, you name it, all of those skills lose around 3 levels of progress when you die. So if you were level 10 on something, I think there is well, no, because I brought it back all the way down to 1, but if you're like level 10 on something, you die, it goes down to 7. If you're like level 60 on something, it just feels so, that's what makes dying so painful. So you'll see in the game clips here that I have some moments where I pop those health potions when I probably didn't need to, but better safe than sorry, because losing, like especially block right now on the plains, oh man, that sucks when your skill starts going down. So that really adds that sense in. So it's great. I think that's absolutely fantastic. It really makes you not want to die and think about things before you go just running and charging, because the combat system is action combat. It's very good, I find. It's simple at the moment. Usually you have a left click 1 to 3 hit combo, then you have a middle mouse click kind of hard hit for each weapon, and then a right click block. So there's not that much variation. The weapons have variation within their damage types, and like slash, pierce, blunt, frost, spirit, flame. Some of them do more damage to certain enemies, yada yada yada. And they act differently. Like the halberd or the polearm is the only one that goes in a straight line. So when you're in the swamps and you're down in the caves, attacking in a straight line in those little dungeons really helps out, because all the other weapons that you have, like the sword and the mace, they're going to do an AoE hit and they're going to do damage to the walls and other crap, and you're not going to do as much damage to the mob. So you do have AoE in pretty much every weapon as well, but it seems to me as it's a 50% cut for every enemy you hit, with a maximum of certain, like it looks like 3 or 4 enemies, except for the halberd. It has an AoE kind of spin to win effect, and it hits, as far as I can tell, everything that's in its range. That's the only weapon that does that. I know they're going to be adding a lot more. Again, this is early access, but for it being where it's at, ton of things just in that combat alone, and it feels really good. Your character feels really good on the ground. They feel really weighted. You feel like you belong on the map. So it's just, I think that also adds on to one of the reasons why this game has had so much success. As of me making this video, I think there are over 5 million copies sold, within like a 3 to 4 week time frame. That is absolutely nuts. And it's early access, and they've already said that it's, you know, around 50% complete. So I think right now, if you want to check it out, it's $20. I would totally recommend it. It's very well put together. You're gonna be surprised. You can play it single player, or you can play it with up to 10 people at a time on different servers. And all of those servers, well, for the most part, you can share the servers. So you can actually share your single player server with one of your friends, as long as they're on Steam. You can invite up to 10 people in a server, and y'all can do all the same things. You can raid together, you can do the little mini dungeons together, you can do the building and crafting and gathering together, the ocean content, that's much easier right now with another person, at least one other person. So I think they're going to introduce a sandbox mode. I'm not really sure what you're going to do. It's actually very sandboxes. If you want to go build a castle, you can do it and chop wood all day long. That's fine. You never have to leave the first biome. Enemies do get harder as the days goes on, so you do need to progress a little bit, but it's very action oriented along with the survival, and the building mechanics I think are absolutely fantastic. Yeah, there's a little quirky things about them, some of the snap-ons, and I wish they'd have like a stud finder that would give you like an AoE look of all of your studs and where your structural integrity instead of one piece at a time, because sometimes you don't know where it's coming from and where the fail is, especially, well, you'll see in the video where I have my main base is just, it's absolutely massive. I have almost the entire zone and creeping into the next zone, the beginning zone and the next zone on both sides. That's how big I've decided to make my base, and I'm gonna make it bigger. But what I'm saying is just the sheer size of the things that you can build. It would definitely be helpful to see all that and all that roof and everything, which with a much smaller, this is my hairband, with a much bigger area to see in instead of just one at a time, because I had a really hard time putting some of these roofs together. However, it still does work pretty good. So I think all in all right now, the game is shaping up really, really great. You know, you came out with multiplayer right there on the get jump. You can make multiple characters, multiple servers, multiple world/servers. You can make a dedicated one off of your own PC if you want to. You can rent servers, and of course you can just have it your offline regular server, and you guys just join in when you can. So you can have your own single player server. Then when your buddies get on, y'all jump on the server that y'all all play on, and you can come over there, whatever. It's really cool. And as people get into the game, the enemies get more difficult. So I really can't wait to see what are the things they're going to incorporate, because I hate to say it, but I've already dumped close to 200 hours on this game. So if you guys been wondering where I'm at, I've been trying to get us some really, really good new content of just something a little bit different, because the MMO scene is, it's just, honestly, it's just so rough right now. There's almost nothing that I can't tell you guys that hasn't been said already, maybe not in the way that I could put it, but just the same general principles. So we're going to be doing a little bit something different here, and just shooting off, with maybe some offbeat games and things like this, like Valheim. And I think this is going to be something to watch out for. So if you are looking forward or you're on the fence about it, I would recommend give it a shot. It's $20. I've spent $15 for subscriptions and haven't played for months. So there's many ways to blow $20. I think this game would be, if that's how you look at it, it would be a great, even if you only get 100 hours of gameplay out of it. Think about how long that is, really. I'm doing this for a living, so keep that aside. But I think it is a very good game. So I'll be keeping you guys up to date as we get with major content patches. I don't think I'll really be doing any guides unless anyone specifically asks for something. Maybe a little tidbit here and there. I might put out 1 or 2 videos, but I would really like to wait until we get much further down the road in development, until we start to get to see more of the kind of the game coming together as a whole. But right now, there's tons of things to do. It just kind of sucks that it abruptly ends as soon as you kill the 5th boss. But that's what early access is all about. So we're gonna keep up with it over here, and we'll let you guys know. So I hope y'all had a good time watching the video, and please don't forget to subscribe. Like 98% of the channel viewers are not subscribed. It's like less than 2% of you guys are subscribed. So it would really help out if you guys subscribed, and I'd really appreciate it. And until then, we'll see y'all later.